We'll begin with the first chapter of our GK. The first chapter is Ancient Animals. We'll be studying about those animals who are extinct now. Okay, those who are not endangered but those who are extinct. So the first animal we'll talk about is woolly mammoths. They look like elephants. They had thick coat of brown hair and their tusks were very long, about 5 meters, that is 15 feet, and were used for fighting and digging in the deep snow. You can see in the picture these animals look like elephants, but they were not elephants. They were woolly mammoth. They have a very thick coat of brown hair which we don't find in today's elephants. So they look like elephants but they were not elephants, and their tusks were very long. That was about 15 feet, and which was used for fighting and digging in the deep snow. Mammoths were herbivorous. Herbivorous animals are those who eat only herbs, only plants, trees, and not flesh, and they ate mostly grass. You can see the small video. You can see how big it is, how huge it is, the coat, the thick hair coat, brown hair coat, and see their tusks are so huge, so big they are. The next is giant ground sloth. The giant ground sloth was the size of an elephant. Elephants are so big and giant sloths were as big as elephants. Sloths do exist now also, but not in India, but they do exist, and they are not that huge. But these giant ground sloths were huge. They were like elephants. They were the size of elephants. Others were as tall as present-day giraffe, and there were some sloths, some giant ground sloths who were as tall as giraffe. Just imagine how tall they were. Their claws were as long as 50 centimeter. The scale which you use in school, the big scale, is of 30 centimeter, but their claws were the size of 50 centimeter. This picture is of the remains of the giant sloth which was found, and it has been kept in the museum, and you can see one person is standing nearby. So how big the giant sloths were. So huge and so big they are. The next is Indoyus. Indoyus, meaning India's pig, is a small deer-like creature which lived about 49 or 48 million years ago in Kashmir, India. So they were found in Kashmir. They probably waded in water like hippo. You must have seen hippos. They spent most of their time in water. So these animals, Indoyus, were exactly like that. They probably waded in water like hippo. The next is woolly rhinoceros. Woolly rhinoceros lived in Europe and northern Asia. It had 2 huge horns and a thick fur coat. You can see how the body is covered with thick fur coat and the 2 horns. These animals were also huge and very big. Some were even bigger than elephants. And the last is the most interesting creature, that is dinosaur. You must have seen the dinosaur in many pictures, featuring in many movies and many serials. So dinosaurs are very common when it comes to movies. You must have seen dinosaurs in different movies and cartoons and different serials. So before we talk about dinosaur, let me show you a very small video, a 5-minute video, which will tell you everything you should know about dinosaur.
Hello friends, and welcome to a new Happy Learning video. Today we're going to talk about some animals that existed 65 million years ago. I am sure you have heard about the dinosaurs, and I'm certain you have seen them in many films and cartoons featuring dinosaurs. But not everything that is told in these films is correct. So if you don't mind, let's find out what they are really like and how they lived. The first thing we need to understand is that people and dinosaurs never lived together. The dinosaurs lived before human beings existed, and they roamed the earth for approximately 135 million years. That's a really long time. They were the dominating vertebrates. Nowadays, more than 500 different species have been identified, thanks to bones and fossils found. All dinosaurs were oviparous, meaning they reproduced by laying eggs. But there were huge differences between them. Some were very small, while others were absolutely enormous. So as to learn about them better, we have divided them into two major groups: Ornithischia and Saurischia. What complicated names they have! The Ornithischia, or bird-hipped dinosaurs, were herbivore, which means they only ate plants. The most well-known was the Triceratops. They were impressive, huh? The Saurischia, or lizard-hipped dinosaurs, were the ancestors of the crocodiles and lizards. Among these species,
So there are so many facts to know about dinosaurs. Just now you saw two pictures of the dinosaurs who are the ancestors of the crocodile. So we'll continue.
herbivores, and with them then, the two most famous dinosaurs, the Diplodocus and the Tyrannosaurus. The Diplodocus was the largest dinosaur. In 1907, an entire skeleton was found, measuring 27 meters.
Just imagine, the entire skeleton was found of a dinosaur that was 27 meters long.
Although remains of these specimens have been found exceeding 50 meters. In these images, you can observe just how enormous they were. The Tyrannosaurus was and still is the most fearsome predator which has ever existed on our planet. It was more than 4 meters high and could be up to 12 meters in length. In its mouth, it had 60 razor-sharp pointed teeth, and it could run 65 kilometers per hour. The truth is, I would be absolutely petrified if I would come across such an animal. But wait a minute. How is it possible that such large and powerful animals completely disappeared off the face of the earth? Investigators are focusing on two big theories. The first is based on the impact of an asteroid or comet from outer space. The other theory maintains that the cause of the dinosaurs' disappearance was due to a period of enormous volcanic activity. We actually still don't really know the truth. But what we do know with absolute certainty is that right now, at this very moment, there are still many animals in great danger of being extinct and could even disappear. All of us can help them survive. How? By respecting nature, recycling, contaminating the least bit possible, buying only what we really need. If we make these efforts, we will be able to live in a much healthier planet. And we, at the same time, will be ensuring that no animal, not a single one, will ever be in danger of extinction again. Let's hope with everybody's help, we can make it.
So here we finish with the first chapter. I hope you liked the video. I hope you understood the chapter. And these are the tasks which you have to finish before the next GK class.